What you are looking at right now is the UMIDIGI G9 5G. This is one of the latest devices from the company and has some really good features. I recently got this one from the company's marketing department. I have spent some time with it, and now it is time for me to tell you what I found on this device. First of all, let me quickly highlight its specs. It comes with a 50 megapixel main camera with a spherical lens. Now that's according to what they have on the camera module. I don't even know what that means, but we'll talk about the camera later. The processor is the UNISOC T765 5G. Now, if this UNISOC processor is a turn off for you, you might want to watch this video until the end because I'll talk about this processor later. It is based on Android version 14. It has its own internal operating system that is updatable, but there is no name for it. For example, Tecno Mobile has HIOS as their own internal operating system, while itel has the itel OS. The battery capacity is 5000 mAh and supports up to 18 watt fast charging. The device comes with an FM radio app that works so efficiently without plugging in an earpiece. Finally, the storage space is 128 gig with 6 gig of RAM, expandable by another 6 gig. When I received this package, it comes with a water-resistant smartwatch, the UWatch S5, packaged separately. The phone package contains the G9 5G along with the bumper case. There's a 20 watt charger in the box, and honestly, I didn't like this charger when I first saw it, but when I realized that it has a Type-C port and it charges very fast, I immediately changed my mind. The next accessory in the box is the Type-C to Type-C charging cable, and finally, the SIM eject pin. The packaging does not include an earpiece, making it the third phone in a row that I unboxed without an earpiece. The price of the phone is 207,000 naira. That price does not include the smartwatch. The smartwatch is around 44,000 naira. But if you are buying it along with the phone, you pay less than the original price on AliExpress. Now, you might be wondering, does the UMIDIGI G9 5G worth the price? If you spend 207,000 naira on this device, what value does it offer? There's even a bigger question. Are the parts available in the Nigerian market just in case replacement is needed? I will try to answer all these questions in this video, but first of all, let me give you my review of this device. Starting with the design, this device can compete with other major brands in the market. At least, unlike some brands, they did not copy the iPhone design. The back of the phone has a matte finish, ensuring that it stays clear of stain and fingerprint impressions. Then the flashlight is so bright, brighter than most phones that I have reviewed in the past. The frame of the phone at the back reflects the light, making the entire back to glow when you put on the flashlight. The G9 5G feels light, weighing about 190 grams, making it feel comfortable to hold. The phone is designed with an express key, also called the hotkey in the settings. It is a multifunction button that can be set to perform quick tasks like turning on the camera. The SIM tray supports 2 SIM cards and a memory card, but if a memory card is inserted, you can only use 1 SIM at a time. At the bottom of the phone comes a microphone, the charging port, and the speaker. There's another microphone at the top of the phone, along with a 3.5mm audio jack. 3 camera sensors are placed at the back: the main 50 megapixel sensor, the AI sensor, and the macro lens. The bezels at the top and sides of the display are moderate, but a little larger at the bottom, which is still not out of place. The right side of the phone holds the power button, which also serves as a fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner responds so fast and serves as one of the unlocking system of the device. The phone also supports face unlock, which also responds very fast. If you ask for my opinion on this design, I would say it's a good one. I'm not trying to say that there are no 5G phones with good design, but most 5G phones don't really focus on design. The design of this phone is moderately okay for someone who is looking to buy a 5G phone in this price range. Turning to the display, it has an IPS screen of 720 pixels with a 90Hz refresh rate. The display brightness is 450 nits. Now, you know I will always be honest with you. These are not the ideal display specs that I expect to see on this device. That the display is IPS and not AMOLED, that I understand. But 90Hz refresh rate instead of 120Hz and 450 nits peak brightness, that I don't understand. It means that practically it will be very hard to see on-screen content under sunlight even when the screen is set to the brightest. Because it has a 90Hz refresh rate, scrolling may not be as smooth and fluent as a 120Hz display. UMIDIGI could have improved on these 2 aspects of the display. The display has a bright side too, which I think outweighs the refresh rate and the brightness. For example, this display is large and the bezels are small, so it will be convenient for watching movies, browsing, or playing games. It is also an eye care display, so it does not emit bright light that can stress or damage your eyes in the long run. This is not just a documented spec. You can see from the display that the light is soft and gentle and you don't really feel the impact in your eyes. Despite that it's an IPS display, it shows graphics clearly. This display is very sharp. When it comes to the camera, the 50 megapixel sensor supports night mode. The brightness enhancement is quite noticeable. You can see from these pictures that the camera did improve the quality of these pictures a bit. The phone also has a macro lens that magnifies tiny objects. To get better quality when using this camera mode, the object or scene needs to be well lit. This is the scene I will be using the macro lens on. It's just the ground. This is a close-up shot of the scene, and this is the macro lens view. Pictures with this camera are lovely and maintain good color balance. These pictures are also clear and presentable. Talking about sharpness, you can't go wrong using this camera. There are a lot of photo fine-tuning modes in this camera app that can help improve the quality of pictures here. The only issue I have with this camera so far is related to focus. This camera can blur background effectively, especially in close-up shots, but the same camera can quickly reset your focus setting. Maybe I have to spend more time with the camera app to get used to this, but overall, pictures taken with this camera are so lovely. The quality is great. Here is a slow motion video I took with the slow motion mode. Frankly, it is clearer than most cameras that I have reviewed in the past. The video mode supports 4K video recording, which is awesome. You don't get this often on 5G phones. The quality of video footage from this camera is reliable and can be used in making videos for online use. The front camera, in my opinion, is one of the most excellent 8 megapixel sensor you can think of. Pictures taken with it are sharp, clear, and very bright. It also offers a good color balance. Despite that it's only an 8 megapixel camera, I prefer its picture quality to the main camera quality. The video mode offers great footage. At best, it records 1080 pixel resolution and offers clear and bright videos. This front camera will be suitable for practically any application you can think of. As for the battery life, it is too early to tell if it will eventually drain fast, but for this little period that I have used this device, the battery is so strong enough to take care of the day's activity, but does not include heavy usage though. The charger on the box has a 20 watts charging capacity, but the highest the phone can take according to the spec is 18 watts charging. From 0 to 100% of battery charge should not take more than an hour and a half. Gaming on this phone is a big deal. It handles high graphic games well. On eFootball, all the graphic settings are set to their highest and I didn't notice any lagging issue as I normally would on other phones. Despite that this is a 5G phone which should focus mostly on fast internet speed, it can reliably handle high-end games. This alone tells that the UNISOC T765 5G processor used on this device is not a bad choice and should not be a turn-off for anyone. I said in my previous video, which is the review of the Itel P65, that all the phones built on the UNISOC processor over the past 2 years that I know of are stable. No one complained about their performance. Then also consider that this phone is fast, not only when it comes to browsing, but also in opening apps and multitasking. The processor does all these tasks without overheating. These are core features of every mobile phone and the processor handles them well, so there's no need of having mixed feelings over it. Whether you are considering the UMIDIGI G9 from the perspective of the processor or the camera, from the design or the display, it is value for money. So what about the replacement parts of this device? Are they available in local markets? Truth is, they are not. At least not as much as the replacement parts of Tecno and Infinix mobile phones. But there are a lot of genuine replacement parts online. A few on Jumia and a lot on AliExpress and eBay. These are some of the places you can order replacement parts for this device. The link to the official UMIDIGI store is in the description of this video. Check it out if you want to buy the phone. Let me know what you think in the comment section. See you in my next video.